The minute that Biden declared his withdrawal, the Taliban immediately declared victory before anything else happened. And that was echoed by jihadists all around the world. And they've been encouraged and inspired by this.
Colonel Richard Kemp, former British commander in Afghanistan, sees Afghanistan becoming a major training ground for terrorists to attack the West.
From those two things of having a safe haven again for terrorism, which we had tried to prevent by a 20-year campaign, and secondly, by empowering and inspiring jihadists all around the world, I think we are now about to enter a situation where the terrorist threat will be at least as high from Afghanistan as it was from the Islamic State when it controlled vast swathes of territory in Syria and in Iraq.
And for Israel, the threat is immediate. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah says U.S. behavior during the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan indicates the moral downfall of America. They evacuated the dogs who worked in the security forces, but not those who aided them. They took out their equipment but left the human beings behind. These are the Americans. Nasrallah called on those living in the region to draw specific conclusions from the Taliban victory. Then, within hours, the Iranian-backed terrorist issued a warning about an oil tanker departing Iran bound for Lebanon.
The tanker is coming from Iran and will sail in a few hours. I tell the Americans and Israelis that this is Lebanese territory.
Earlier, senior Hamas official Musa Abu Marzouk praised the Taliban victory in a tweet. They confronted the Americans and its agents and refused to compromise with them. They were not deceived by bright headlines about democracy and elections. Hamas delivered another message in the form of a rocket, the first since May's 11-day war with Israel. While touring the site, Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett sent his own message.
We will operate at a time, a place, and in conditions that suit us, and not anyone else. As far as we're concerned, the address in Gaza is Hamas, not rebellious groups or anybody else, only Hamas.
On Facebook, opposition leader Benjamin Netanyahu posted about being invited to Afghanistan in 2013 by then Secretary of State John Kerry. The message was clear. The Afghanistan model is the model the United States seeks to implement in the Palestinian matter as well. I politely refused the offer. I estimated then that once the U.S. leaves Afghanistan, everything will collapse. We will get the same result if, God forbid, we deliver the homeland to the Palestinians. Bennett is making his first trip to Washington to meet with President Biden. For Israel, Iran tops the agenda. According to the White House, they will discuss the Palestinian issue and global security as well as Iran. Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.